Hello everyone, Danielle here from Learn Reiki Philadelphia and welcome to Community Distance Reiki. It's wonderful to see you here this evening. If you're new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and make any requests for your personal healing that you happen to have. If you are watching this as a video replay, hello, you can go ahead and if you want to skip ahead to just the healing and skip over the crystal part, you can go to about the 1 hour mark and start looking for where the lights begin to shift, and you can begin your journey there. And if you're returning, welcome back. It's good to see you again, and thank you for your ongoing support. If you'd like to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or to shop my crystal collection, visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com. So let's go ahead, say hi to everybody, and start building that crystal grid. Oh, hi, Barbara. Good to see you. Thank you for letting me know it's you. It's good to see you. Jennifer Vatsa. Awesome. Fiat Luna, Violet Integration, JS, good to see you. Awesome. Let's get into some crystals. Let's do this. So, awesome. So we've got finding a job quickly, easing money worries, finding joy and insights through creativity. Ooh, I like it. Let's see. Awesome. So I have one. Finding a job quickly, easing money worries. We'll go ahead with the abundance stones. Awesome. Okay. And hope. Okay. Awesome. So we're starting things off with our copper spiral that helps to break up any stuck energy and get the energy flowing optimally. And we're going to go ahead and start bringing in tourmaline. Oops. We're going to start by dropping crystals on the floor. We're going to start by bringing in tourmalinated quartz. This is a stone that's wonderful for helping with finding a job. It's also great for finding passive revenue, alternative revenue streams, side hustles, things like that. It is very helpful for breaking up very old, very stuck energy, like old emotional scar tissue kind of stuff, especially stuff from childhood. It's also great for breaking up scar tissue on the body, in the body as well. It's thought to help the heart and cardiac system, and it can be very protective of folks who are traveling. This is black tourmaline running through clear quartz, and black tourmaline helps to keep negative energy at bay. So we'll go ahead and we'll start by bringing this in. You mentioned hope, and a great stone for hope is snowflake obsidian. This is also a wonderful stone for guilt as well as overstimulation. I often use it for things like a mind, body, and spirit balance when I'm treating clients in person, and it helps definitely with hope, especially after some period of loss. It's also great for clairaudience, and that's our spiritual hearing. So if you hear intuitive messages, this is a stone that can help enhance that. So that's snowflake obsidian. And for getting some clarity through art, finding joy and insights through creativity. Absolutely. Chrysocolla. So chrysocolla is a stone that helps with following your soul's purpose and with making decisions that are in alignment with our highest good and our highest purpose. It's also great for finding new ways to tap into those things through creativity and finding new means and methods of creative expression. So if you normally draw, maybe this would encourage you to try some pottery making, or if you normally paint, this might encourage you to play music. Whatever the case might be, it's all about new creativity, creativity that connects to soul's purpose and encouraging you on your soul's purpose. So that's chrysocolla. Okay. For abundance, because I know we all would really like that. Like, let's bring on the abundance. Let's just start there. We'll bring in some citrine, a wonderful stone for calling in financial abundance and for making really good financial decisions. This is a stone that also helps with balancing logic with intuition. It helps with nausea, addictions, and compulsions, and can also be really helpful for things like fibromyalgia. So that's citrine. Just go ahead and pop some around here. Awesome. Okay. Next, we'll bring in some pyrite, which is fool's gold. We like to think the fool's gold brings the real gold, and it definitely does. This can help additionally with intuition and protection while you're doing any kind of intuitive art. It helps with that mixed message of, yes, I want to hear, and there's boundaries around that. It's also great for the lungs, the brain, and the memory, and it's thought to aid in breaking a fever. So that is pyrite. And how wild is it? It actually naturally forms in these squares and rectangles. And red tiger eye. This helps us to manifest financial abundance in a hurry. It's also incredibly protective. And that's whether it's protective over mundane things like bullying, toxic workplace type stuff, folks that would gaslight, triangulate, all that kind of thing. It's also superb for spiritual protection. So any kind of malevolent spiritual work, psychic attack, this is a powerful protection for it. So we'll bring in the red tiger eye. There we go. Lots of abundance. Awesome. I'm glad to see you, JS. And let's see. Letitia, welcome back in. It's great to see you. Key and Patty, lots of love. And let's see. Violet integration has an intention of feeling more confident and heart healing. So definitely lots of good confidence stones. Let's go ahead with some yellow calcite for confidence. This not only boosts your self-confidence, but you're feeling that you're everything that makes you want to be you and everything that you want to bring into the world, it gives it an extra boost. It's excellent for the solar plexus, which is your center of self-identity, your sense of will, what you want to do in life. It supports healthy boundaries and the maintenance of those boundaries, and also releasing any need for approval of others. It helps you to follow your own path and what's important to you and not necessarily what's important to others. It can help with any kind of identity issues as well as lots of confidence and tons of optimism. So that is yellow calcite. Okay. And heart healing. So we'll start with rhodonite, which is actually the stone that I wear every day. This helps to heal a broken heart so you can open to love again. And it's just deeply soothing, very deeply soothing. it's often considered a breakup stone, but it's also great for grief around like the passing of a loved one as well. It helps with things like insecurities as well, so it might also support self-confidence. And that's kind of why I picked this one for you. It helps to balance the yin and yang in the body, which is great for physical health. And it also is helpful for allergies, asthma, anything autoimmune. And those are all me for sure. If anyone is healing from past emotional abuse, rhodonite can be really helpful also. Okay, and malachite. Malachite is helpful for moving really difficult emotions through the heart center. The heart chakra is green, and when I look at these beautiful swirls, I think about how it carries the pain through the heart. We're still processing it and moving through it, but we don't get stuck. And it can really help like lift the weight. It also helps us with letting go of what no longer serves. On a physical level, it's thought to be great for things like the spleen, the liver, the pancreas, as well as arthritis and inflammation in general. It's great for processing just painful emotions in general, and it's very helpful for insomnia and for phobias, especially fear of flying. So there we go. That is malachite. Malachite and chrysocolla are found so close together. There are often specimens that have a little bit of both. And so I hope that that helps violet integration. It's good to see you. Oh yes, don't forget the lonely little like button. Thank you for the reminder, Patty. Let's see. Fiat Luna, I would love to set intention for abundance in all forms. Cool. Self-worth. Being able to make decisions and overcoming fear of change. Absolutely. Okay. So there's definitely some good ones here. Okay, so definitely the perfect one is mookaite. That is accepting change and making decisions for sure. And I think there is someone else who was here who was oh yeah, it was Barbara, needing help with bladder, kidney, and body pain. This is actually great for bladder pain as well. So this is mookaite, also goes by the name Australia jasper. And like I said, making decisions, accepting change, bladder pain, also thought to help with calming digestion and boosting the immune system. So it can come in a lot of different colors. And because it seems like we have such a call for it, like so specifically and perfectly, I'm actually going to take a larger piece. This is also mookaite, Australia jasper. And this specimen shows how beautiful it can really be. This one too also has this inclusion, which is wood. When this was being cut and fashioned, they found that the stone had formed with some organic material in it, and it opened up, and here it is, you know, kind of screeching out there. But yeah, it's amazing how nature forms. For some reason, the stone had plenty of time to form and the organic matter didn't break away. It's really interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring this in. If we're hard pressed for space, I'll have it stand up. But for right now, let's just do that. Awesome. But yeah, mookaite, Australia jasper, perfect for both of those things. Abundance in all forms we got. Confidence, self-worth. Let's also do some picture jasper. This can help with fears, especially the more hidden fears. So sometimes when we start working on some fears, like fears of change, we start to find other fears that are like brewing under the surface we didn't know about, and this can help find those. It also, like if you're afraid of change, this can help you to envision your future's potential in a really big positive way. It's great for seeing the big picture, for new adventures, and for starting a new venture if you're starting a business, a new project, anything like that. It's also for healing. It's great for the kidneys and also for moving abroad and experiencing new cultures. So that is Picture Jasper. So hopefully this will help you envision a little bit of a different outcome than you're worried about. And Picture Jasper also goes by the name Desert Jasper. Okay, awesome. Glad that you are here. And we've got... Oh, Violet Integration. Oh, that's awesome. The tarot reading we had about your work was true. There was a restructure with a promotion. I'm so happy to hear that. Congratulations on your promotion. Yay. Congrats, congrats. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, speaking of which, by the way, Tarot for all 12 signs is up right now. So you can check out your July cards for the month ahead. Check out for your sun, moon, and rising. So, yay, that's awesome. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. Jen Vatsa, you're going to be passively here. You're modding another live stream. Awesome. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate it. Jennifer Vatsa, smooth first microdosing experience. Oh, interesting. Quiet West Philly, yes. Remember lost memories, money, and reconnection. Pyrite is great for memory. Also Epidote. Epidote is great for memory too. It's great for memory, and it's also good for really intense things like Parkinson's and things like that too. But it's great for the nervous system, which can't hurt on a microdose experience. And it's great for recovering from illness and injury. It's also very connected to the fairy realm. So that's Epidote. Okay, and let's see. Okay, blue lace agate, kunzite, rhodochrosite. And honey calcite, carnelian. Awesome. So we'll start with kunzite. Kunzite is a very high vibrational heart healing stone. It's very connected with the angelic realm and with the Kuan Yin, and it helps to remind us that we are divine manifestations of love and that we are one with spirit. It can help heal even really intense heart center wounds. Let's do that just so it doesn't slide all over. Blue lace agate helps us to express really difficult and painful emotions, and it's also wonderful for the throat and really any way of speaking. This is a stone that can help you with expressing what's difficult for you to express, or with softening words that someone else might find difficult to hear. It's also thought to be helpful for arthritis and fractures in the bones, and it's great for tension headaches and skin allergies. There we go. Rhodochrosite helps with mother-baby bonding. It's great for new moms, the heart and circulation. So Patty, I did see your request, so this will help with that too. Asthma, stress, headache, and with telepathy and also channeling, especially channeling the deceased. So, and it's also great for channeling deceased animals as well. So we'll go ahead and we'll place this And we'll place that here. There we go. Rhodochrosite and rhodonite are just slightly different. Rhodochrosite is pink and white. Rhodonite is pink and black. Carnelian aids with relationships and with everything involving the sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra is where we relate to the world around us and all of the people in it, as well as romantic relationships and even attracting love. It's also wonderful for fertility and for cold, allergies, and wound care as well. And for, what was I going to say? Apathy and things like that, as well as creativity. So everything that has to do with the sacral chakra, where we relate to each other. A perfect stone. Helps to attract a partner. Go ahead and put that in there. And honey calcite helps to attract all the good people into your life. If you are moving, starting a new job, or if you're thinking about it, this is a wonderful stone because it helps to attract folks that are a good match to who you are now and who you're growing into, and helps bring those good people in. It also helps optimism, and it's thought to be very helpful to menopausal women too. And I actually didn't work with this when I was in menopause, so I wish I'd known. Hey, you want to come up, Hattie? So we've got a cat. Oh, the bubba. Yep. Okay, so there is honey calcite. Yeah. Yes. You're very good, baby. You're a very good baby. Awesome. So I'm so glad that you are here. Thank you for being here. And I hope that helps. And all the best to you with, let's see, metabolizing like a journey and spiritual work. You know what might help? Prehnite. The epidote's helpful for the nervous system, but prehnite might be really, really helpful for that. So prehnite is helpful for spiritual teaching and spiritual learning, as well as it's also great for helping your mind not to wander when you're meditating. If you run into that issue, prehnite and bloodstone are great for you. But this is also one that helps with lucid dreaming and hypnagogic imagery, which is the images you might get while microdosing. And it's great for prophecy, divination, but it's wonderful for anything spiritually related. So if you're taking a spiritually based class or working with, a substance like that, this can be really helpful, helping you kind of make the most out of it and learn the most you can in the experience. So all the best to you. Let me know how it goes. Okay, awesome. Oh, yeah. I look too young for menopause still. Thank you. Yeah, and thank you for filling in, Patty. Yes, definitely. I am 42, and I went through menopause at 34. I lost my ovaries and ended up with a full hysterectomy for reasons. But yeah, it wasn't too bad for me, honestly. But hey, all that couldn't hurt. It would have been nice to have for sure. But yeah, it was a trip. Being 34 and waking up from surgery in menopause was definitely weird. It was weird too because it was also like on the blue moon, like 7 or 8 years ago. It was like July 31st of about 8 years ago. Yeah, it was kind of wild. I'll see if I have a picture of me first waking up. It's very interesting. Let's see. And Patty, I did see the thing for fluid retention. So we talked about what helps with that, but also we could do edema, congestive heart failure. Gotcha. Okay. So definitely that, and also Unikite. Unikite helps with body fluids, heart, and circulation as well. So we're definitely going to bring that in for you. This also helps metabolism. It helps with addictions like quitting smoking. This is a great stone for quitting smoking. Although when I quit, acupuncture, community acupuncture totally helped me quit for the last time. So grateful for it. Also great for pregnancy, birth, prenatal, postpartum, menopause, starting onset of menses, really every hormonal point in a woman's life, Unakite is there. But also really excellent for the heart and cardiac health and body fluids. And then we'll add aquamarine for you too, which can be really helpful. And I know that Key likes to work with that one for lots of reasons. Mostly for the whole working in customer service. Are you trying to lick my hand? That's adorable, but it's a very weird time for that. Let's see, aquamarine. We often joke that this is the antique Karen stone, which is why it's so helpful for customer service. It works really well for that. It helps to discourage like pettiness and people who are looking to take out their aggressions in life and their pains in life on someone else who does not deserve it. It's great for bringing in a vibe of make justice prevail, and it helps with the teeth, the gums, and all the fluids of the body, keeping them moving. Also forgiveness too, whether it's the forgiveness of I forgive you to give you another chance, or the I forgive you to set myself free. Either way, this is a helpful one. So I hope that helps. So keep me posted. And inflammation help. Protect against extreme weather just in case you live in a secondary flood zone. Yeah, we're looking at a lot of water. Okay, cool. Oh, and you have some requests. Hey, Geronimo. Oh, I didn't get a chance to look it up just yet, Patty. Sorry. I will look it up, though. But let's see. Hey, Chris, welcome back. Good to see you. Let's see. I lost my spot. There we go. Honey calcite, we have... Oop. She must have heard a bird. Honey calcite, we have lapis, sunstone, tree agate. Lapis. Sunstone. Tree agate. Chalcopyrite, and anything to help spirit connection too. Ooh. I was gonna go for chevron amethyst, but then angelite was like, no, pick me. So I'm gonna do angelite and celestite. Okay, cool. So sunstone helps us greatly expand our vision of our own potential. This could really help violet integration as well as Fiat Luna too. It's one that's like powerfully encourages us to say, hey, this is me. I can do some really great things. It also supports recognition, being seen for what you do, even fame and luck, and being recognized so that you get like things like promotions. It helps with marketing yourself if that's something you struggle with, or being present in social media. This can be very helpful. It's also great for bringing career opportunities. So JS, this will help you very much so. And also another one that helps with moving too. So Barbara, this might help you with moving. And as far as decisions about moving, I can think of one for that too, because I did see that request. So let's put the sunstone here. Lapis helps with pain and inflammation, as does malachite. And lapis is also helpful for the inner ear, whether it's balance issues or ear infections. And it helps with integrity, having follow through, open, honest communication, all those ways in which we would want to be like a great, reliable business person, or a great, reliable person that does anything. It's a great stone for that. It also helps with personal responsibility, which is a big part of that, as well as disorganization or a tendency towards being disorganized. Let's put some lapis around. Celestite and angelite are actually very closely related. When angelite is left in the Earth's surface under the right situations, it will eventually turn into celestite. So angelite is, as the name would suggest, connected to the angels. It helps with the connection not only to our angels, but also our spirit guides and connection to spirit as well. It enhances one's experience during sound healing, and it can be very spiritually protective. So we'll bring in angelite. And celestite, very similar, and it, in addition to connection to spirit and angels, it also helps us to connect to our higher self. It helps with discerning thoughts from fears, so this might help you out, Luna. So thoughts from fears like, am I logically deciding this is a bad idea, or am I just, or are my fears getting in the way? That kind of a thing. Helps with all manner of physical pain as well, and it's just wonderful for spiritual connection and kind of being in our higher chakras. So that is celestite. Let's do that. Okay, cool. And for tree agate, it is sacred in Ayurveda, which is the sister science to yoga. And much like you might be more familiar with Chinese medicine, with acupuncture, they talk about the meridians. They're the channels through which energy flows in the body. In Ayurveda, there is their own system of that, and the channels are called nadi. And that's whether they're the big ones or the small ones all throughout the body, much like a circulatory system for energy. This is a stone that helps to balance and optimize the flow of chi through all of those different channels, regardless of your body type, balances and imbalances. It will help bring you back to the best sense of balance, regardless. So, tree agate. And we'll put this one here. Chalcopyrite, which is the goldish kind of color here, and chalcopyrite can show up as a lot of different colors. It can show up as even like blues and kind of look like peacock ore, and also what's all around it is clear quartz. Chalcopyrite, we found, is excellent for helping us find things that are lost. It's also helpful for working with like a very scattered mind too, and especially if you have sensory overload kinds of things. This can be a really helpful stone, and any stone with clear quartz around it gets kind of amplified. So we've got this. I'm going to put this here because the center's a little full, but it's there and the energy is working. And let's see. Okay, awesome. Glad that you are here. And we'll bring in some blue kyanite for key. Blue kyanite helps with self-acceptance of exactly who you are, regardless of anyone else's feelings on the matter or how society tries to make us feel about ourselves. Radical self-acceptance is truly amazing. This can also help us to better understand our spiritual guidance, whether you read cards or you have some intuition that comes through dreams, or you just kind of know things sometimes. Blue kyanite can help you kind of decode those messages. It's also thought to be supportive for neurological care in certain instances, especially after stroke and anything that impacts speech and mobility. Good stuff. And Letitia, lower back pain. We've got some good pain stones with lapis, with celestite, with malachite, but let's bring in some amazonite. This helps the spine and the nerves of the spine. So the spine and spinal nerves, so all kinds of neuro-related stuff. Also great for luck, like luck in winnings, self-respect and self-care, especially to folks who tend to neglect themselves and focus on the needs of others, those who are natural caregivers. It helps also to just in general bring in a really calming sense. Sometimes you'll see it like this, like a very light blue-green. Other times you'll see it as dark blue-green with white stripes through it. Both are amazonite, but it's a really beautiful stone. When it comes to care providers that need to be reminded of self-care, it's probably the first stone I would recommend for nurses. And I hope that helps Letitia. Okay, let's see. Cranial, neck. Oh, neck and cranial pain, eye pain, along with. Gotcha. So definitely the nerves. We've kind of got neck, cranial pain. The amazonite's going to be helpful for you. And I was reaching for epidote. We already have epidote out. That can help the nervous system too. But aventurine can help with eye problems. I would definitely say epidote and amazonite would be the most helpful for that. I'm so sorry. I've had something similar and it can be excruciating. But yeah, this helps to envision something greater for ourselves. It's very encouraging. It helps us to avoid selling ourselves short, essentially. It's also great for heart rhythms, as well as allergies, eye problems for sure, and fertility, as well as encouraging learning new things. If you feel intimidated by learning something new or feel like you can't learn it, aventurine can help encourage you to say, like, it's okay, you can totally learn this. It's one step at a time. Even people that are good at this had to learn it first. And it can help with that. So I hope that helps. Celestite too with pain. Universal love and healing for all of us. Let's bring in some sugilite. Sugilite helps with connection to the interconnectedness of all of us. It helps remind us that we are all parts of one whole. And it helps to invite in a sense of connectedness and inner peace, and it's sort of the Buddha in me greets the Buddha in you kind of a vibe. So we will bring in sugilite. We'll make a space for you right here. Awesome. Awesome. So glad to have you here. Struggling with hormone dose. There are stones like for example, pink tourmaline can help with hormones regardless of where you are. If you're cisgendered, trans, it kind of doesn't matter. It's especially good for gynecologic health, but it's good for hormones all over the place for everyone. And this one also, will come to think of it, help Geronimo, because it's great for neuralgia, which is nerve pain. It's also great for migraines. So this one is pink tourmaline. It also helps spine injuries and muscle weakness, and helps to dispel any kind of negative body image. But it's definitely great for hormones all over the place, especially like puberty and things like that. So this is one that I'll often recommend for people with, I forget who it was last session, the 4 o'clock session, someone needed help with their tween. So I was like, yeah, this is the one. But yeah, this might be the most helpful in addition to the blue kyanite, but I'm going to research for you and see what I find. So let's put in some pink tourmaline. Good stuff. And lots of love to you, Key. Intentions for Evelyn. Release stress, anxiety, be reunited with her soul mom, peace and harmony to come to her life. Absolutely. Releasing stress and anxiety. Let's bring in some shungite. Shungite is a powerful stone of releasing stress and energy blockages, emotional pain, and anxiety to a point too. This helps with physical recovery and tissue repair too. So if anyone's healing any injuries or surgeries, this can be really helpful. Also, if you're someone who's very sensitive to electromagnetic energy type fields, like if you're somebody who, when you hear that electronic buzz, or even if you can't hear it, you just get really drained around certain electronics, but it doesn't make sense why. This can be really helpful. Some people are very sensitive to electromagnetic fields. Most of us aren't, but if you are, shungite is very helpful. It's also great for processing emotional pain. But this is actually a stone that we'll often see in water filtration systems. It physically absorbs things out of water too. I wouldn't necessarily do that with the stones you pick up at a crystal store. You don't know where they've been or what they've already absorbed, but they've already been kind of tested and checked out if they're being used in a water filter. So it's an interesting stone. So I feel like that will help. And reunited with her soul mom, peace and harmony. Definitely rhodochrosite. That helps with the mother-baby bond and with also with transition. So it can help with regardless of the age of the mother-daughter bond or mother-son bond or whatever the case may be, helps with that, but also helps with that if it's soul mom, if it's somebody they haven't met yet or anything like that, it can help with that kind of a bonding too. So I hope that helps. You're welcome, Patty and Key, and you're welcome, Geronimo, and you're welcome, Letitia. And let's see what else we got. Cool. So we've got a couple of Chris's requests. Awesome. So let's grab a couple more. So garnet, moonstone. Emerald. We got malachite. We got rhodonite. We got green aventurine. We have an obsidian. We have lapis. Iolite. Related, and Herkimer. Okay, cool. So we'll start with rutilated. This is clear quartz with rutils going through it. So you'll notice that these inclusions kind of look like little hairs in a sense. And that's essentially what rutils are. It's thought that these help to direct healing wherever it is most helpful in the body. And that's any kind of healing, whether it's Western medicine, whether it's herbs, whether it's if you're trying to change your thoughts a little bit, this can help that too. It's been used also to support folks that are going through any battle with cancer for much the same idea. It's like, well, if it's going to help focus the healing to where it's most helpful, here, take this with you when you get your treatments. It's also great for bringing about physical energy when we're really depleted, so it also supports that. And for focusing the mind, it's great for the mind-body connection. So we will put this out there too. I'm gonna put one here, one here. Okay. Emerald helps with the upper respiratory system and with our passions for life. It helps to reignite our excitement for the things that we were once interested in that we've kind of lost their zest. also great for healing skin and tissue, just like shungite is, and for restoring confidence, especially about one's appearance. So that is raw emerald. Iolite helps with organization, using our energy and our time as wisely as possible, with courage and creativity, and finding new solutions to even the oldest of problems. It's one that can help you to find balance during times of change and just a sense of practicality as you move forward. So if you're struggling to find more hours in the day, start with garnet. It's a very Capricorn stone. It's January's birthstone. Moonstone can help us to connect with the cycles, rhythms, and patterns of nature. This is a stone that, it's emblematic of the moon, and the moon controls the tides. So it's also connected to our sense of divine timing, especially when divine timing is maybe not our preferred timing. It helps to remind us to trust and allow that to come in. It helps with connection to the divine feminine, with ancient healing wisdom, with intuition, and also wonderful for calling in love. Also protective of folks as they travel. So it's a great travel buddy. So let's go ahead and put this underneath the garnet. Iolite helps with our spiritual sight, like our ability to visualize our spiritual connection. So if you're someone who sees your intuitive guidance, clairvoyance, that is a great stone for you. Also wonderful for helping you to sleep better. It's wonderful for weight loss and fever as well, if you have any intentions around that. So let's go ahead and we'll put one kind of opposite this tree agate here. Actually, let's put this one here for now. Yeah. Blue apatite, no pun intended. It helps with our relationship with food, and whether you're looking to gain weight, lose weight, or just have a healthier approach to how you look at food and how you work with food, this can be really helpful. It's also wonderful at shoring up your auric field. That's your energy field around your body. If you're someone who tends to take on the energy of others and it doesn't feel great later, blue apatite can be really helpful. It also helps you to kind of decode your spiritual purpose and gives you courage along that path. And it can help with just in general bringing about harmony and peace. So we'll place these around. Boop. Boop. Sapphire is a very high vibrational stone, and it helps with channeling. So if you want to connect to spirit and bring through messages, this is a stone that can be very helpful. If you're someone who does that for other people, this is one that can also help you to best translate the impressions you're getting into the words that are the most helpful for your querent. It's also helpful for the thyroid, as well as the eyes and the ears. And it's thought to be helpful for dementia, whether it's the individual with or the caregiving individuals around them. It very much helps with connection to the angels, and it helps with bringing about good environmental change, as well as justice in general, especially speedy justice. And Herkimer diamond helps empower manifestation. It also helps us to feel more connected to the divine and be in the present moment. And I would say if you're asking spirit to help you get to the next place, being in the present moment that's a really excellent foundation to sit upon while you're doing that. It's also helpful for intuition in general, as well as metabolism, and it helps to balance energies that are just maybe not meshing up perfectly. So this can be great in like an area where there's a lot of people coming through, or if you have like a new housemate moving in is a reason we used it at the 4 o'clock. Or if you're going to have a lot of family over or something for a holiday, this can be really helpful. So we'll put in some Herkimer. And Herkimer diamonds are just clear quartz that formed in these natural double terminated or two-pointed shapes under the surface of the earth in the Herkimer, New York region. Yeah, we've got room for everybody. Let's do it. There we go. And cool. And let's see what else we have. Hey, Sherelle. Prosperity and angels, allergies, burning throat, congestion, upper respiratory symptoms such as fungus challenge, crystals much needed. Absolutely. Okay, and I'll get to everybody's request today. I'm just jumping around. Prosperity. We definitely have prosperity covered with citrine, pyrite, and red tiger eye. Angels. We have angelite and celestite. Allergies. We have green aventurine and rhodonite. Burning throat. We have blue lace agate in here, which is right in there. That can be really helpful for like a burning throat. Upper respiratory symptoms, raw emerald, and ear and fungus. Got you. So for any kind of illness like infection, virus, whatever the case may be, moss agate. In Chinese medicine, they would say that something has wind if it's spreading through the body quickly. This would be a great stone to combat that. And it's also wonderful for fears of the unknown, things that you don't understand, like picture Jasper 2, and a connection with nature, as well as connection to your higher self and your inner child. It's wonderful for a connection to unconditional love and connection to spirit as well. So absolutely moss agate for that. So let's see. And for other things for ears too, anything inner ear is lapis. So we've got a lot of stones in line with you already, but I want to bring this in for you. Awesome. So let me know if there's anything else I can do, and welcome in. And if we have space, ruby, fuchsite, zoisite, absolutely. Fuchsite helps with boosting the energy of other stones and finding joy and happiness. This is a stone that encourages you to find time for play, which really helps move energy and helps just nurture and nourish the spirit. It's very renewing. And here we go. So that is fuchsite. So let's go ahead and put fuchsite here. If it'll stay. Oh, it does. Awesome. Ruby is a stone of courage to be yourself. And it's very empowering. It also aids leadership and management skills. It's thought to be helpful for fibromyalgia and fertility as well as love. So that's ruby. And I love that with garnet actually. So let's go ahead and do and zoisite helps us to release negativity. It's really helpful for that. It also helps us to face our problems and roadblocks and setbacks, especially when it's like a lot of little things. It encourages us to face them head on rather than procrastinate or try to avoid them. Helps with seasonal affective disorder and also fertility, as well as the bowels too. So that is zoisite. It's very encouraging. So we'll put that in front of the angelite. Okay. Awesome. Good suggestions. Surrender's a good one. I would say surrender a lot of times is our good friend here, Mookite or Australia jasper. It's accepting what is. Surrender also amethyst. So let me grab that. So amethyst can definitely help us with surrender. It really embodies like the serenity prayer, accepting the things you cannot change, changing the things you cannot accept, the wisdom to know the difference. It's also helpful for opening to spirituality, especially if you're new to spirituality or a new type of spirituality. It's helpful for any kind of self-improvement type work. It helps you to not quite beat up on yourself as you're going through all of that as well. So amethyst. Okay. And let's see. Yeah, the moon last night trained you. Definitely moonstone can be helpful. Oh, Susie and her family and her mom. Oh, her mom is at peace now. Okay. Can we send them compassion and healing while they work through their grief? Yeah, lots of love to you and to Susie. Yeah, absolutely. Let's bring in some jet and some black onyx. So black onyx helps with grounding fear, anxiety, and self-doubt, but it also helps with processing grief. It's especially powerful with connection to the ancestors, so it's a wonderful grief stone if you've lost a family member. So there you go. It's also very spiritually protective and very wise. So we'll bring this in. And jet is just superb for grief. I don't think there's any better a stone for grief. This helps with being in the depths of grief and processing it. And it's like it's with you. You're not alone. It's petrified wood that's been petrified through like violent, high, hot heat. So usually petrified wood is like it gets a long time to transition from a tree to a stone. This had, but quick. This is how it helps us to process that like shocking transition. It's also got really big connection to things like hospice. It's great for anyone who is close to transition or recently had, and everyone who touched them too. This is very lightweight because it is a type of petrified wood, but yeah, it helps you to be in the depths of the grief without being overwhelmed or just kind of going numb to it. So it helps with processing those feelings. So let's make some room for jet. Let's do, I know what we can do to make room for jet. No, I don't feel like that's a good, I know what we can do. going to use these flat amethysts. Actually, do I? Yeah. Well, no, I don't need to. I'm just going to go ahead and zhuzh some things along. There we go. Okay. That feels a little bit better. Awesome. Lots of love to you and Susie. And blessings to Susie's mom. Okay, so again, we have time for our favorite thing that we haven't been able to do very much lately. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick a couple of crystals that I think would be really good complements to what we're doing on the board. And while I'm doing that, I'll have you well, basically, after I do that, I'm going to have you all vote on them and see which is your favorite. Now, just in case you're new here, you don't have just one vote. You can vote as many times as you want to. Hint, hint, hint. You'll see what I mean. But I'm going to pick those couple of stones for you to vote on. And yeah, I will be right back. And then I'm going to explain what Reiki is, how it works, and then we're going to get into the healing. So let's do that. So here are your options. The first is white coral. And I found this on the beach after a storm, walking along the beach with my grandma in Florida. So white coral helps us to connect with our soul's purpose and follow along with it no matter what, without distraction, without getting pulled off course by people saying, you can't do that, that's nonsense, all of that kind of stuff. It helps you stay the course of what you know is your spiritual truth and walk your path. The other is smoky quartz. Smoky quartz is very, very calming. It helps calm worry. It helps with transmuting energy. So not only is it very protective, but it actually changes and shifts the energy to something better. It's also very protective of physical property. And as far back as the Middle Ages, this was used to help keep property from getting stolen. So yeah, wonderful for all of those things. Also helps to move energy blocks. So smoky quartz, white coral, and hintity hint, 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 you're not limited to one vote. Well done, Chris. Okay, so you all go ahead and vote on that. I'm going to explain the Reiki, and then we're going to get into the healing. So thanks again so much for being here. It's an honor and a privilege to share this healing with all of you. Again, I'm Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. If you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification courses, or schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my crystals, go ahead over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com and there's all the information there. It's also linked in the description below, as is a link to sign up for my email newsletter. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become kind of a catch-all term for energy healing. Specifically, the type of Reiki that I work with is known as Usui Reiki. And this style is named after the tradition's founder, Mikao Usui. And he created this method in the early 1920s in Japan as a deeply spiritual, very secular, and very accessible system for everyone to work with. As at that time in Japan, teaching religion was absolutely not okay. Even things that looked like religion were not okay. So we got this wonderful spiritual art, and I feel like that has helped us in the West to connect with it so much. So the best way to describe the concept of energy that's the foundation of this practice is to look at Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan, which is still sort of like the everyone understood way that energy works there. And in that system, we see that there's the concept that we are all interconnected, all the people and everything else too. We are all interconnected, and spirit, however you define it, supplies that lovely life-sustaining soul energy through that interconnectedness to all of us. And that all the time, our body, mind, and spirit are working with that energy to help bring about the greatest balance and healing that we can in that moment. Essentially, what I'll be doing today is connecting with that energy and directing more of it to you, helping your body, mind, and soul do what they already do even better. So just like we need water for everything, and we're mostly made of water even before we realize that, we drink water because we need it constantly, but we don't even have to think about what the water does in our body. It just does what it does. Very much the same with Reiki energy. We don't have to consciously think about it. It just goes where it needs to go. Our body, mind, and spirit take the lead. So during this session, you may feel some physical sensations. You may find that you have some emotions rise up or be released. Mentally, you may get a chance to hear your kind of like your inner dialogue, or a chance to mentally parse some things out and process some things that have been really challenging. Spiritually, you may get some intuitions or even like a big healing clarity or revelation. And on the other side, you might also just get an amazingly wonderful nap. Whatever the case happens to be for you, it's exactly the right session. What do you need to do during the session? Not a darn thing. You don't need to do anything other than, be open to receiving. I generally suggest that you find the most comfortable position for yourself, sitting, lying down, whatever works. You can close your eyes, keep them open. You don't even have to stand still. You could also take a few stretches. You could journal, play some music, paint, whatever feels right to you in this time is the perfect thing to do. If you need to get up and grab something, go for it and come right back. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. You can just be. If you feel like your mind is wandering, or if you feel like you got distracted or something, you can take a deep breath in and out, and that'll kind of like reset and bring you back into the session. I'll continue sending Reiki for 25 minutes, during which I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they move slowly and gently from one color to the next. They will not flash or strobe. And I will turn up the music. If you enjoy that music, check out our musical creator. She's linked at the bottom of the description, and you can check out her YouTube and her website. She's a wonderful content creator that I was able to support by purchasing the ability to use her music. So wonderful. After the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come back in, inviting you to come back to your body. Take a deep breath, wiggle your fingers and toes, stretch if you need to, and then I'll reopen the chat so you can ask any questions or share any experiences. Completely your time just for you. So thank you again so much for being here today. It's an honor and a pleasure. And before I forget, I did do the tarot for all 12 signs for July. They are up right now, so you can go ahead and enjoy them whenever you want to. Get a nice view of the month ahead. Definitely check out your sun, moon, and rising if you happen to know all three. So let's go ahead, see what won that vote, and then get into the healing. Hey Kanta, good to see you. Awesome. Oh yeah, and we usually do gratitudes. Kanta was coming in late. Today we did something we don't usually have time to do, and that's where I pick a couple of crystals and everybody votes. And it was fun. But if you want to, what we often do is we'll head into the chat and list anything that we're grateful for, and it helps to lift the energy of where you're at, where I'm at, where we're all at. So if you do want to go ahead into the chat and list anything that you're grateful for, that's totally cool too. And I love that all of you did anyway. That's super great. So we're going to do both. So white coral, which is so beautiful, opposite that chalcopyrite. And smoky quartz. Let's see. It's good to see everybody. It's pouring here in Philly. Ooh. Oh no, jumping out of my hands, aren't they? Awesome. And I'll also put this one here. Sweet. Well done, everyone. Loving this grid. Absolutely lovely. So, apologies for any seasickness. That's a little bit better. Awesome. Oh, thank you, everyone. Yay. Oh, Hattie and Gertie, my little kitty cats. They are currently napping under the bed, so I'm sure once I start sending, it's likely one of them will jump in my lap. So go ahead, get cozy wherever you happen to be. I'm going to send you some Reiki over a beautiful soundtrack for the next 25 minutes. I will see you at the end. Enjoy your session. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. You can move, stretch, or bend. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, you can come back to your computer, and I invite you to ask any questions or share any experiences. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm here the same 5 times a week, same days, same times. My next stream will be Sunday at 8 p.m. And that's East Coast US time. Oh, you're welcome, Heart. Oh, and you're welcome, Mariposa Azul. Welcome in. Thank you, Heart. Everyone in the eastern half of the U.S., I hope that you stay nice and dry this weekend and next week. And if you haven't already, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, it does help me out. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Patty, and you're welcome. Lots of love to you and Key. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to end the stream here and wish you all lots of love wherever you happen to be. Remember, if you are ever in need of a Reiki session and I'm not live, you can always check out our past healing live streams. There's over 300 videos to enjoy anytime you need a little bit of a pick-me-up. So thanks again for being here. Definitely check out your tarot for all 12 signs for July. They're up right now. Oh, this reminded you of meditation circles in West Philly circa, 1969, early 70s. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know you were from around here or were at one point. Yeah. I'm so glad. Yep, I'm right here in Southwest. Not too far, I'm not terribly far from the A space. That's still here. Mariposa Co-op, also still here. Mariposa Co-op has expanded, but they're still here. Awesome. And Jennifer Vatsa is out here too. Oh, thank you, Geronimo. Oh, you were out here during your college days. Nice. Awesome. It's a beautiful place to be. Eclectic and wild and crazy and full of lots of gritty ingenuity and love. Awesome. All right, everyone. Well, take care. Thank you so much. I'm so glad, Kanta, that you know the neighborhood. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here with an abundance of gratitude for all of you. Oh, thank you. Oh, you grew up in Mount Airy. Oh, you went to school in... Oh, okay. You went to school in Germantown. Oh, it's a Hattie. Yeah, is that a big stretch? You want to come up and say hi? Come on up. Meow, meow. Oh, it's fine for typos. We're all half asleep. Come on up. You want to say hi to everybody? No? Wait. I gotcha. I gotcha. I gotcha. Aww. Oh, you went to the Friends School in Germantown. Okay. Oh, you're old school Philly then. Awesome. Awesome. I grew up in Jersey. I didn't move here until I was 24, 23. Like 2004 I moved here. So I've been here almost 20 years. Yeah, when I first moved here, I lived in what was Devil's Pocket. Although they weren't even calling it that so much anymore, and yeah. And then I lived at 4th and South for about 7-8 years, and then I started living in South Philly for a couple of years, like farther south, like 7th and Reed, Italian Market. And then I moved to Southwest. Yeah, Electric Factory. I lived right across the street from the TLA on South Street. It was wild times. It was absolutely nuts. Lived and worked on South Street. It was bonkers. But I better go. I better bounce and go eat some dinner and also feed the cats before they eat my face. But we should definitely catch up about that. I'm so glad you're from West Philly. Thank you for sharing that. Lots of old school West Philly and just Philly memories in general. Things have changed a lot, but lots of things stay the same. Yes, missing the Italian Market. I live in West and I still sometimes take the bus down to hit the Italian Market and the Asian markets right there. It's still there. It's still delicious and it's still super cheap. South Street was awesome. Yeah, I lived right at 4th and South, right across from the TLA. Knew all the guys at Ishkabibbles. Yeah, worked at one of the piercing streets, or one of the piercing shops on 4th Street, so I would like commute around the corner. Oh my goodness. Yeah, old school Philly memories. They still do the Italian Market Fest. They still climb the greased pole. And of course we do that after sports too. And South Street is still wild. Actually, Jim's Cheesesteaks burned down. They're rebuilding it though. A bunch of years ago, back in 2012, Lorenzo's burned down and they rebuilt that. But it's wild to see what comes and goes. But everybody have a beautiful rest of your evening. Take care. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm going to make it easier for us to hang out and communicate as we go forward too. So we can have a nice community offline too. But everybody have a beautiful rest of your weekend. Take care. I'll be here Sunday night. And bye for now.